Hello, everybody. It's Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. Today, I've got a sales update video, and the things that have sold in this video have sold over the last couple weeks. Mute that. Sorry, I'm waiting to make sure that my stream is going to look okay. But these are the things that have sold over the last couple of weeks, and they total up to almost $1,000. So I was pretty excited for my sales to finally start picking up. But isn't it funny how things don't sell until you list them? So that's kind of where we're at here. I've got my stream running off to the side. So let me know if the stream gets real pixelated. I am in a different room, so hopefully that will take care of some of the problems we've had in past videos. If you're here watching live, say hey in the chat so I can see that you're here and say hey. But let's dive into the sales. Oh, these are sales on eBay, Etsy, Mercari, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, and some private sales that I made from haul videos. And if you're interested, I list perfectly, and I have the link down below, and this enables me to like create the listing, and then as soon as I've created it, I can select a button and it like sends it to all the platforms. So the other day, this must have been a record for me. I've been listing, I listed 58 items in one day and got them on eBay, Etsy, Mercari, Poshmark, and Facebook Marketplace. And so that was definitely a record for me to get that many listings done. So I was pretty happy with that. And yeah, okay. So, I mean, and my sales lately are proof that, that activity in your accounts really does seem to help generate more sales, because I've definitely been getting more sales, not just from the things that I'm newly listed, but some of my older listings have started moving as well. So I'm motivated to get more things listed. However, the way I do it is I take a bunch of photos at once, and then I just list like crazy. But I am currently out of photos. So when we're done here, guess what I'm going to do? Go get a bunch more pictures done. Okay, so hi in the chat. Thanks for being here. And I've got Fox and Cat. Hello. Hello, Sonia. Hello, Crazy Mace Stash. I'm so glad that you caught me live too. It's hit or miss, right? You got to hit that notification bell, because goodness knows, I never know when I'm going to be able to go live either. Hey, Joanne. Hello. I have been godmother of Resell. You're the first to watch 3 years ago. Oh, I'm so glad. Like a fairy godmother. Where's my tiara? Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, again, hit that notification bell. And y'all, I'm so close to being at 70,000 subscribers. I can't even believe it. I never would have thought. Anyway, but hit that notification bell, because that way you're notified if I go live, and make sure that you've got it. Because I think you can do like highlights or all notifications. That way, if I put up a new video or if I go live, you'll have a notification, so you don't miss me. Because I know I get a lot of comments like, "Oh, darn, I missed you live." So if you check your notifications on eBay for my channel, you should be able. There should be like an option to get all notifications. Cool. Hello, everybody. Okay, so let's jump in. If you've got questions along the way about the things that I've listed or my process for any of this stuff, then pop them in the chat. If you've got some questions and you're watching later, then make sure you leave it in the comment section down below. We are going to start. If you hear noises, my kids are working on their work. They're working on their chores, so they're in and out. They're in and out of the garage and the back. They're cleaning the back patio. Okay, so the first item here, and another thing I'm doing is, rather than having all the windows open, because I think that was messing up my streams, I just took screenshots of the item. So hopefully that works out better for us today. The first item here is a Wade, England little miniature porcelain fish. And this item, hang on, let me get my thing up here. This sold on Mercari, and this is one of the reasons, because I have some sales on Mercari and Poshmark, which generally, like Poshmark especially, I think of like clothes, accessories, shoes, jewelry maybe, but the things that I sold on Poshmark this week were not those things. So this is why I'm like, I like cross-posting, because you just never know. Okay. All right, so this little fish I got at a garage sale for 50 cents, and it sold for $12. And then next, this is also on Mercari. This was from my box of buttons, you guys, and I'm going to be making a video really soon about how much profit I've made on the buttons so far. If you remember, I was at that garage sale and I got that big tub of buttons, and gosh, there must have been at least 500 buttons in there. And I bought it for $25. And I remember at the time humming and hawing and like, oh, did I waste 25 bucks? Because for me, I don't like to spend a lot of money. I like the best ROI. And I did. I spent 25 bucks on these buttons. And I'm almost at the $500 point on these buttons. So I'm so glad I did. And they've been so easy to photograph and list and all this stuff. So anyway, about a nickel a button. So this is about a nickel, and Mickey sold for $14. Let's see. I got a question in the chat. Hi. Oh, hello from Tanzania. Nice. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so when you cross post, do you change the title and price on each item? I don't. So what I do, good question though, is when I create the title and list perfectly, I try to make sure, because like on Etsy, that you can have so many more characters than on, say, Poshmark or Mercari. What I try to do is I try to make it's kind of funny how I do it actually, because it's mostly my description. I put the most important words up front, and then I just start kind of tacking on descriptors at the end. Like I've been listing these Simpsons posters, and so I put, I have like a template I'll create, say, for the Simpsons posters, because I have like 30 something of them. So I'll have this template with the part of the title that I for sure want to have in there. And then at the beginning of it, I'll put like the characters or what's happening in it. And then at the end, I just start tacking on more descriptors. And then whatever it cuts off, whenever my listings populate, say on Poshmark or Mercari, I'll go through it. This would probably be way better with a visual, wouldn't it? I'll have to do a video. I'll go through and I'll just like take off what doesn't make sense at the end. I need to make a video for that, because I think maybe that's not clear. I don't know. Anyway, I'll do that separately. But yeah, good question. So Mickey Mouse, I did that one. Okay, cool. So those were my sales on Mercari, which I don't mind. Yeah, maybe I didn't have a ton of sales on Mercari, but for me, it's like every little bit counts. So maybe it was just 2 sales. That's fine. That's still like 30 bucks that went into the bank, right? These are my sales on Poshmark. All right. So Poshmark, I sold this Bill Clinton button, and this, again, paid about a nickel for it, and it sold for $7. And then I sold this other button, Hip to Be Square, and this one I sold for $12. On the buttons, now I recorded a video today, like packing my sales, and I talk about the prices on the buttons, and I think that I'm going to be going back on some of my, like the Bill Clinton one I said sold for $7. I think I'm going to be going back and raising the prices on some of those that I had a little bit lower price like this, because I started doing that on the ones I've been listing recently, and I'm finding they're still selling. So whether I listed it for $7 or $15, like they're still selling. So I think I need to go back. You know what I say, you can't get a high price if you don't ask for one. So I'm going to go back and raise those prices, because this was what I listed more recently and listed for 12, because I'd kind of set, like, if I couldn't find a lot about it, I'd put the price at around $7 or $8. But then I switched to that kind of strategy to, like, well, why not put it at 12 to 15 bucks and see what happens? And the sales on those haven't really slowed down. So I think I need to go back on some of those and raise that price. Let's see. I will. Hello, Lisa. Hello. Let's see in the chat. Do I have anything? You're changing the first 2 words on each one. Yeah. No, I don't think you have to. You mean like, so it wouldn't, the only time I do that is like, because on eBay, if I have 2 of the same type of item, I'll have to adjust like a word for that listing, because eBay will be like, oh, you already have this listed, even though it's a separate item. Hello, Tink Tink. Are you in Texas too? Yay. Absolutely. Okay, so moving on, another Poshmark sale. This is another one that sold, y'all. Okay, I just listed this too. I'm trying to make it bigger so you can see better. How about I make me smaller so you can see this? So this is a puzzle that I got it a while back, and it's all outhouses, you guys. So weird sales. So this puzzle with all of these outhouses, this is sealed. Where did it go? And this is on Poshmark. Okay, I bought this for $4. I think I got this at Savers. and it sold for $35. Isn't that funny? All right, then another button. Where is this one? This one, okay, these are my eBay sales. So this is a Cox Roosevelt button, and it sold for $10. Again, this is when I started like trying to ratchet up some of my prices, thinking, you know what, if it'll sell for 7 or 8, maybe it'll sell for 10 or 11. And yeah, guess what? It will. McKay, this is a fun one. So this was when I was like, I couldn't find anything out about this button. And the person who bought this, their name was McKay. So I'm wondering if it was somebody who ran for office and then like, oh my gosh, there's some memorabilia from when ... I ran for office, or my dad or my whoever, because their name was also McKay. So this one again also sold for $10. And then this one is Thurston Howell. Again, bought it for a nickel. This one sold for 12. Again, this, you can see my strategy here. I was like, okay, I'm going to see if maybe I start listing them for a little bit more. Still selling. This is another, and I think I need to do a video about this, about parting stuff out. Like this was from those box of, there were alphabet cards, and they just had really cool images. And I bought the box for $4 or $5 at Goodwill, and I got them home. And the box, the full set, was selling, new pre-owned for about 20, $25, which would have been a great profit on a $4 or $5 item. But my box was missing A and B. And I was like, darn it, So what I ended up doing is parting them out, each card on its own, and in the title putting like nursery art, because they were a good size, they're like yay big. And they would be cute, matted and framed, let's say in a nursery. And I put $10 on them. So just like with the buttons, just like with these Simpsons posters that I'm doing, they were from like a poster book. Parting them out and selling them individually, and you can make so much more money. But now I'm like, if the A and B had been there, would I have parted them out? It's something I need to really think about. So this, he was probably between 25 to 50 cents on this, and it sold for $10. Let's see. Crazy May's got a question. Let's see what it is. What bookkeeping software do you use? I'm trying to find one that is for resellers. Bonus if it transfers over to TurboTax at the end of the year. Here's what I use. I use GoDaddy Bookkeeping, and it might work. It might sync up with TurboTax. I don't talk a lot about tax stuff because I have a CPA that I have helped me, because I just don't even. But my accountant likes it because it syncs in my PayPal, my eBay, like all of my reselling platforms, like plug into it. And so it can generate reports that I can then send to my, and also on there, you can put in travel, like if there's like mileage, there's a place in there where you can add in your mileage, which I do for, like, say if I'm driving, going to garage sales or whatever. What else is in there? It's pretty good. I like it. Because again, it syncs up with my bank accounts, my PayPal, my Etsy. And then you can also go in there, say, and label things. So if you've got some charges from, say, Staples, and it's like office supplies, you can go in there and categorize them as those type of, it's pretty cool software. So that's what I've been using that for a couple of years. Okay, next sale. We're still on eBay. I'm ready for you to move, Owl. So this, I bet y'all know this brand just by this font, right? This is Ray Dunn, and a lot of times you'll find like coffee mugs or things like that. But I don't see a whole lot of other household goods when I'm thrifting anyway of Ray Dunn. I always look up the mugs I find, but I've never found a Ray Dunn mug that was worth me picking up, because a lot of times the thrift stores already know, and so they put a higher price on it. But then so this Ray Dunn, it's like a letter sorter. I bought it for $3 and it sold for $44. No, John, these items are already sold, but if you ever see something from one of my haul videos, you can definitely message me. Okay, so here is another puzzle that sold. This is what I was talking about. Funny how things don't sell until you list them, just like the other puzzle. I had gone through and was like, I need to start pulling some of the bigger stuff from my workroom and my my death pile, I have puzzles and Legos and games and some of my bigger, like just easy stuff to list, right? Because they're new and sealed, just boom, 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 take pictures, boom, they're up, right? So this sold, and this is Distant Omen puzzle. I actually bought this new for me and the kids during the pandemic when we were really earlier on, when we're just everybody was trying to quarantine or whatever it was that we were doing. So I bought some different puzzles for the kids and myself to do. And this is one that we got. We never opened it. I think I bought it for about $10 and it sold for $28. And then here is Wally. I think I've talked to you a little bit about my Lego obsession and strategy. If you aren't picking up Legos, then you should really consider it. If you have, I view them as an investment. So Wally, I got 2 of these when they were brand new. And I did this with, the Doctor Who set that came out. I have some Harry Potter ones that I haven't listed yet. Because with Lego, you have to look at them kind of like the stock market. It's kind of weird that way, that you find ones that have a high collectible value, maybe have a character, or like Star Wars, Doctor Who, things like that have a big audience for who wants them. And then it's kind of a gamble on some of them, because Lego sometimes will do very short runs on some of their products, and so they become very scarce. And then when they get discontinued, the prices can skyrocket on these. And I've had some very small Star Wars sets that I picked up on clearance, that when they were discontinued, the prices skyrocketed because they didn't make very many of them. I did the same for the Doctor Who set, because I had some money. I was like, you know what? I know Doctor Who people, or they go crazy for Doctor Who. And so I bought a bunch of them new off the Lego site. And they were not a limited run. So I sat on them for a long time. But they're finally at the point where they're becoming more scarce. And so I have the price pretty high on them. And so then when they start selling, then I go in and make sure that I'm not the lowest price, and I just raise my price from there. Anyway, these Wally, I have 2 of them. One of them just sold, probably within 24 hours of me listing it. I bought them for $60 when they came out, and this one sold for $310. So if you have disposable income that you can do that with, or let's say you're buying for somebody else, because if you go on the Lego site or in the Lego store, if you spend a certain amount of money, frequently they have Legos that aren't for sale to the general public. They're little promotional ones, and sometimes those can go for really good money. So over Christmas, I bought my kids still like Lego a lot, so I made sure to buy from the Lego site. And it's like, if you spend so much, you get, and it was like a little sailboat one at Christmas. So I got the little sailboat, but I made sure, like, I did like 3 orders, so that each one just barely hit that, you have to spend this much money to get the free sailboat. So I did that one order, did another order, make sure I get so many free sailboats. So I have those to put away to sell. Anyway, yeah, off my soapbox with that. But if you see Lego, whether it's new and sealed, or even just minifigs or other things like that, especially like Indiana Jones, some of the Harry Potter, some of the older Star Wars, definitely worth taking a look at. And if they're new and sealed, then yeah. Oh yeah, you bought a bunch of Harry Potter, holding them till you get the price you want. Definitely. I mean, you just stick them in the closet, or stick them up, because right now I've got 2 Harry Potter advent calendars and 4 other Harry Potter ones that they're still available new, but I have a feeling that whenever they go discontinued, they're going to be worth money. Okay, I'll get off that soapbox. Woo, that was a long one. All right, so another button. This is REO Speedwagon. And this one sold for $9. Again, paid about a nickel. This little bunny sold, little gold bunny. And this bunny I bought for $1 at a garage sale, and it sold for $15. Then we've got another button. And this is, I bought it for a nickel. This is before I switched my prices up. So this one sold for $8. This one's Archie Bunker for president. And I took an offer on this one. I think I had it up for $15, and I got an offer. Hang on. Where did he go? Am I on a different site now? Let's see. Hang on. Where'd you go, Archie Bunker? I'm pretty sure he was on eBay. Yeah. Okay, so because I took an offer of $10 on Archie Bunker. I figured, 10, 15 bucks at this point, I'm fine with this. And then this sewing box sold. I actually had this listed for really high because I couldn't find another one like it. So I bought this at Goodwill, I believe for let's see, was it $4 or $6? $6. And I had it listed for like $134, and I got an offer of 75 bucks, which might seem like way, way low for what I had it listed at. But like I say, I list my items pretty high, especially if I can't find anything like it. And so when I decided to go ahead and take the offer that was sent, it was because, one, this is a bigger item that I had. It was not ginormous, but it was pretty large. Bigger item. I'd been sitting on it for a number of months. And, I knew that the price I put on it was just sort of like an arbitrary high number because I couldn't find another one. So when I got the $75 offer, the lady was real nice and just wrote, I know this is way lower than what you want. But I thought I would try and see if I could. It's like, yeah, go for it. Because I bought it for $6. So it's still like a $60 profit, probably something like that. So I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, sorry, reading the chat. Okay, so those were my eBay. And now we're looking at, see, did I read you hard? No, I had another, I think I had two of these. Okay, these are my Facebook Marketplace sales. So again, Facebook Marketplace has been acting funny for me when I'm trying to list stuff. So some of my stuff has not been listing on there. Pardon me. So this one, again, before I started raising my prices on the buttons, this one sold for $7. This one also sold for $7, wings for Wilkie. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, oh, I missed one. Where did they go? That's from something else. Oh, well, there's another button that sold. It's like I'm for free silver. Maybe it's out of order. That sold for $6. So we'll come back. This one, again, I was talking about, this is starting my Etsy sales. I was talking about how I was starting to raise my prices, especially if I couldn't find a button similar. So this Kroger's button sold for $18, right? Only because, this is the one that I was just saying it's out of order. So this was one on Facebook Marketplace, sold for $6. Then this was a little Star Wars pencil box that I got at a garage sale for $1. And remember, this is the only thing I bought at that garage sale because they didn't have anything for me. And this sold for $20. So Star Wars for the win. And then this is Jack and the Raccoon from Incredibles 2. 2, right? Incredibles 2. And they're little fighting puppets and they make noise and all of that. So where is Jack? So I bought this for $7 and it sold for $68. Hang on, let's see. Oh, you've had issues selling on Facebook Marketplace too. Oh, see, that's what I was thinking, Kat. I think I might need to go through and raise my prices up a little bit on the ones, because when I first started listing them, I was like, but now I'm like, they're not going to sell. Okay, so with this listing, I'm going to show you what I did. And I know I talk about this all the time, but just in case somebody's here who's never been here before. So with things that move, I like to, hang on, let me pull up this. There it is. Create a video to put in my listing. And I did that with this video or item. And I have a video that shows you how I do it and how I can put it in the listing. But on on Etsy, I just put the link to it. Even though on Etsy, you can put videos in the listings now, but there's no noise. There's no sound, rather. So this way, my buyers can see what it sounds like, hear what it sounds like. Yeah, and I can show all the damage to the box and all that fun stuff. If you hear him. Anyway, so I have another listing that I was going to show you too that I did that with. You know, this, I haven't shown you the sale for this one yet, but it's a little keychain, and it's one of those that you can like create. That's loud. But you can pick your lotto numbers. And so I made a little video showing how it works just for fun. But I think, you know, it adds a little something extra to, let me stop that and pull this, my sales back up. I think it adds a little something to the listing, you know, and people can go in and see how it operates. Where is there? Here we go. Open that. Okay. So these puppets sold, I think I told you this part already. Oh yeah, I saw this. eBay video listings are working well. Sound video up to 150 megabytes. I have to look at that because I saw that that was going live, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm hoping that both will still work because I don't know. We'll have to. I'll have to look at it and see. You know, because then I may not have to do this anymore. Or if it's something that is longer, then I might still. Where was I? Okay. So these puppets I bought for, where did they go? $7, and they sold for $68. Then I sold a piece of jewelry. Fancy that, finally. But again, I haven't been listing very much jewelry, so there's not a lot to pick from up there. This orange bracelet I got for about $1, and it sold for 25 bucks. Another button, Truman Barkley. This one sold for 10. This is Dark Phoenix. This is a comic book. I've talked about these as well. My friend gave me a bunch of boxes of comics, and so I've been slowly selling those. I still have some more to list though. So yeah, so this sold. I paid nothing for it, and it sold for $13. Here's another one of those cards that I parted out. V is the violin played by the Tramp. Paid, you know, about 25 to 50 cents for this, and it sold for $10. And then another button sold for $10. And this is the lottery, a little keychain. This one actually went to Austria. So fancy that. And I talk about this one. I actually shipped out today. So in my video that I recorded earlier, I talk about, you know, international sales. If you're not selling internationally, you might consider it. It's not really that, it's not hard really, because most of the platforms take care of all of the ins and outs of tariffs or all whatever needs to be on the label. If you're buying your labels through Etsy or eBay, it's all kind of, they take care of it for you there. So this, you know, again, that was in the box of the buttons, and it sold for $15. And then there, this little glass egg sold, and this one I bought for $4, and it sold for $40. And it's pretty small. It's like this big or so. So pretty nice. That's one of the things that when we go to thrift stores, my kids kind of have like a mental list of what to go around and look for. So they know to look for glass paperweights. They know to look for anything weird that makes them go, oh my gosh, look at this thing. Yeah, just things like that. My kids know, they have kind of like a little list in their head. They're always looking for Nerf and Lego and the toy section. They go through that. Let's see. Oh, cool. Okay. So then after this one, so what did I say? 40 bucks on that. Come on. Another button sold, lots of buttons. So $17. That's what I'm talking about. I started raising my price on some of those buttons. This one sold for $17. And I'm trying to get it to go, but it's not. Come on, go. I know that's not the last one. Is it? Maybe it is. Is that the last thing? I guess it is. Okay, cool. So all things said and done, my gross profits were almost, oh, I did have 2 sales on from videos. So a lot of times friends will ask, you know, send me a message and ask to buy things from my haul. And I sold it was like a solo earring of a lady. It was really colorful. And I sold that to someone for 10 bucks, but that was including shipping. And then I also sold a jewelry, like I have tons of, you know, jewelry that's like craft wear repair, like, or things that I'm not going to list, or that I, you know, just is maybe sellable, but it's not going to, I have so much to list. So I just put it in, lots. So I had someone buy a medium flat rate filled with jewelry for $42. So yeah, those were my sales over it's been about a week or two probably. And they're almost at $1,000 for that time. So I'm so glad that my sales have started picking up. If you're not getting your listings in, I really suggest, because I can tell that my sales have really jumped up, a lot more packages going out the door with me staying on top of my listings. Again, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell. I have a video that I recorded today that I need to edit. That's picking my sales. So I talk about my workroom. I talk about how I store things, how I ship things. And then I've got a thrift with me coming out, one of those buy this, not that. I'm still working on editing. It just takes time, you guys, just takes time. But I'm glad that you came to hang out. If you came to watch later, make sure you leave me a comment so that I can say hello back to you. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye.